going to show you how to chain piece. What I've got here is I have a Juki TL 2010Q. I am matching my seams up, and I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and a 2.0 stitch length. And I'm bringing in the pieces that I need to chain piece. One goes up and one goes down because these are for a block. And I am just chain piecing them right through. You'll notice that I've tried to match everything up, and then I just keep my edges straight and lined up with the edge of my presser foot, which is a 1/4 inch presser foot. Here's I'm sewing together, top, bottom. Just have them on a design board, and I'm just turning them. I'm doing one from each stack so that when I get these all put together, I can cut them apart in pairs and then piece the pair blocks together. Let me do 2 more of these, and then I'll show you what the next part looks like. So I've got 4 of these pieced together. I'm going to divide it at the second one. So I have 2 and 2. And these lay out like this. I'm going to open them up and I'm going to press the seams opposite directions. So on that one, I'm going to press it to the right. On this one, I'm going to press the seam to the left so that everything matches up. I haven't cut that thread in between the two. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them down so that they match up at the corners, in the middle, and at this corner. And if I have to choose, I'm going to match in the middle and not at the corner. 1/4 inch seam allowance. You'll notice I'm going fairly slow. What I'm doing is I'm looking for that point right there. I want to make my points. I want to keep my points. So I've sewn the seam in. Now I'm going to finger press it open. You can go ahead and cut those 2 dog ears off there if you want to. But I've kept my points in my block. So no matter which way they get turned, I'll still have my point. Let me do that one more time for you and show you what I've done. I have my half square triangles sewn together. And I've got them matching. I've got the seams pressed opposite directions. And then I'm going to nest that center seam. I want the edges to match too, but I want that center seam to nest no matter what. I'm going to start sewing there and come over here and make sure it all lines up. Then when I get down here to my point, even if I have to veer off of that 1/4 inch seam allowance a little bit, I'm going to make sure I keep my point. Push that back and open it up. And see, on that one, I lost my point a little bit at that center. It's easy to fix. I have a seam ripper sitting here, but I usually use my little embroidery scissors if I'm not wanting to seam rip an entire seam. So I'm just going to open that up at the center. I'm going to reline it up. And then I'm just going to resew that center part so that so I did a little seam ripping right there. I'm just going to resew that seam, and I'm going to take a couple extra stitches just to make sure. And I'm back spacing 2 stitches. Then we'll open this. And I'll be absolutely honest with you. If it doesn't give me my points on the second try, I go ahead and put it in. But I've got my points. I just need to iron it all down flat. They're there. Okay, so that's 2. And we'll do 1 more. This is just literally to show you how to chain piece. I usually would go ahead and do all of them at once, but I want to check my points on this set and make sure that everything matches up. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see what we got. Looks good to me. All right, so that's 3 of those chain pieced, and I'll go ahead and pull the rest off of my design board and get those pieced so I can get all of these put together. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching.